So finally the international break is over, and thank God. Unless you're an Irishman, the international break hasn't been anything to savour, so the return of the Premier League is the perfect tonic as we look to get back into the swing of club football. While us fans haven't enjoyed the international break, there are also players and managers who will be ecstatic to return to their clubs and get back to league action. Here are 6 people who will be glad the international break is over. First up, we've got Alexis Sanchez. Poor Alexis. The lad has to carry Arsenal a lot of the time, with his performances miles ahead that of his teammates. Then he heads off to play for his country and just endures a similar heartache. After beating Ecuador 2-1, Chile had World Cup qualification in their hands, knowing a result against top of the league Brazil would ensure they went to the World Cup in Russia, but instead the Copa America champions were hammered 3-0 as they dropped to 6th in the league and out of the playoffs, meaning Sanchez and co will have the summer off next year. He might not be happy at the Emirates, but Sanchez will be desperate to get back to playing for Arsenal and forget about his World Cup misery. Next, we've got Wilfried Zaha. The Ivorian winger has been injured for most of the season so far, but is closing in on a return to action, much to the delight of Roy Hodgson, who needs any boost he can take with his side sitting bottom of the Premier League with 0 points and 0 goals. Well, Zaha is reportedly in contention to play for Palace against Chelsea this weekend, and the 24-year-old must be so happy that the international break is over, chomping at the bit to get back to playing, even if he does have to play for a desperate Palace side. Beggars can't be choosers. Up next, it's Jurgen Klopp. The German is under a bit of pressure at Anfield currently, depending on who you ask, after an indifferent September for the Reds, but he's got the biggest game of the season up next, as he welcomes Jose Mourinho and Manchester United to Anfield in one of the biggest games in world football. For a game of this magnitude, you'd like to be able to call upon your best players, so you can imagine the scenes in the Klopp household when the Liverpool manager found out that Sadio Mane had been injured while on international duty, ruling him out of Saturday's game. On top of that, Roberto Firmino and Felipe Coutinho only returned to training yesterday after their exploits in Brazil, meaning Klopp's best players are either injured or not fresh at all. Fortunately, the international break can't hurt any more of Klopp's players, but he could be in for a rough 90 minutes against the Red Devils. Up next, we've got Wayne Rooney. This is the second international break of the season that Wayne Rooney has had off, having retired from England duty in August just before Gareth Southgate could bring him back into the fold after a bright start of the season with Everton. While this is his second international break since retirement, the former captain was a little bit preoccupied last time with the whole drink driving debacle and alleged marriage crisis that probably kept him busy over the fortnight. This time though, there's been no issues to note, meaning it's just been a boring couple of weeks for Wayne, going to training, driving the kids to school, no he can't do that, having the tea ready for Colleen, longing for the Premier League to return. Well, fear not Wayne, don't know why I keep using your first name, we've never met, the Premier League is back, as Everton head to Brighton on Sunday. Next up, it's literally anyone who is Welsh. We could have gone with Ashley Williams or Wayne Hennessy, but literally any Welshman will be happy the international break is over after their World Cup hopes died on Monday night, losing 1-0 to the Republic of Ireland, who stole the playoff spot from Chris Coleman's side. Ashley Williams and Hennessy massively cocked up for the only goal of the game, but they're hardly heading back to happy clubs, so maybe the international break was a nice change of scenery, upsetting a different set of fans for the week. At least Gareth Bale gets to go back to Madrid, get a tan, stroke Ronaldo's ego. Could be worse. And finally, we've got Lionel Messi. Okay, this one might be a weird one, but stick with me. Lionel Messi was the hero of a nation on Tuesday night, scoring a hat-trick as Argentina came from behind to beat Ecuador and claim their place at the 2018 World Cup finals after it was hanging in the balance. But when Lionel Messi is around, anything is possible, and the GOAT took the game by the scruff of the neck and single-handedly booked Argentina's place at the World Cup. No player other than Messi has scored a competitive goal for Argentina in the past 10 months, showing just how much he is carrying his country. At least now the lad can go back to Brazil where he might get a bit of help from Suarez, Paulinho and all the boys. So those are 6 people who will be glad the international break is over. Let us know of any more in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.